So I came out here yesterday and I made a horrific discovery.
What you doing there, Amanda? Hug and kiss? Oh. What do we got here? Amanda had a little calf this morning. Oh, hey, what's going on, little one? A little bull calf. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Mom's stuffing her face. Good little boy. You look a lot like your papa. All right, so now we have 3 bull calves on the air. We got Elvis, we got Meatloaf, and we got this little guy who's gonna need a dead rock star name. I see you drink a little milk from your mom. Go for it, buddy. Don't be weirded out by the creep taking pictures. Oh, you're adorable. We're gonna have to get you your shots. We're gonna have to band you too. You're still soaked. You were just born. Like within the last, I don't know, probably 2 hours or so, 3 hours. Get up, let's see you walk over to mama. Going over to your mom? You know, you're gonna be a mom someday too, you know that, right, Betty?
So yes, even though I thought I was actually done with calving season, I knew that I might have 1 or 2 gals that could still produce a calf, and that's exactly what happened. And so this morning we're gonna be visiting with the calf and the mom and just see how everybody's doing. First I gotta find the calf. Let's see, where is he? No, 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 no. Boop, there he is. Good morning, Meatloaf. Good morning, Buttercup. And good morning, newest edition. We still gotta get you a name, little buddy. And there's Mama. So yeah, his mom is Amanda Hug and Kiss, who, if you guys recall, is actually also Baby B's mom. And yeah, she produced a beautiful little black calf. He's looking great. He's moving around great. She's looking good. Everybody's looking good. And yeah, at this point, she devoured the placenta and I didn't even have to clean it up. Usually I don't like to leave a placenta out here, particularly because of all the coyotes and the risk to the calf that could potentially create. Either Amanda devoured it all or the rest of the herd devoured it all. And so yeah, it goes back to nutrition. So what you thinking, Baby B? You're now a new big sister. You got a little brother. What do you think we should name him? You know he's gonna need a dead rock star name. Do you have any suggestions? Are you gonna lick my finger? I don't have anything for you. Gonna try to bite my fingers? You probably won't feel very good. Aw, but you're a sweetheart, Baby B. You really are. So as far as cattle that could still have calves this year, potentially Amelia, but I'm pretty sure that she has gone into heat multiple times over the course of the winter and this spring, and so I'm pretty sure she won't calf. I still wonder about my girl Annabelle. She's looking pretty big. Now, she hasn't quite filled up with milk, but maybe you still have a calf in there, Annabelle. I would love to see it if you did. You're such a good cow. I really love you. And you've produced a really good calf before, or actually a couple good calves before. And so I would love to see it if you could produce more. And so, yeah, what do you think, Meatloaf? You've now got a second brother. So we've had 3 bull calves born this year and 4 heifer calves born this year, which is actually a really good mix. If you were to ask me on paper, what would I want to see? It's exactly that, where the ratio is slightly higher of females to males, but you do have a good mix. Because the females essentially become breeding stock, and the males will ultimately become beef, which is why they need that dead rock star name. So, you know, one thing that's really interesting about this little one is he is my first black calf from my black bull, Macho Man. If you look at all the other calves, right, most of them are red, even when they have like a black mother in terms of Audrey and her little one, Meatloaf. I've got a few that are darker colored, like you can see Cindy Lauper right here with her new little brother. These 3 are all half siblings, but you can see their coloring differences. You know, Highland genetics are determined, in terms of their fur color at least, it's a combination of genes. And so the mom will carry 2 sets of genes, the dad will carry 2 sets of genes. And so I know Macho Man's mother was actually kind of a reddish, she still is alive, so she is kind of that same color as, like, say, Anne or Amanda. He carries that gene, which is why most of his offspring have turned out that way, particularly when they're bred with reddish moms like this. I don't know what genes Amanda's carrying. I don't know what her father looks like, or her mother looks like for that matter, or even her grandparents. And so it's not shocking that I have a black calf. This is my 13th calf from Macho Man that we've had here on the farm. And so it took that long before I got my first black calf. Bonnie McMurray is another perfect example, right? So her mom is actually Ariel, who is that cow right over there. You can clearly see she's a fully black Highland cow, and her calf, where is Curly Sue? But then you can actually see her calf, Curly Sue, who is much darker than all the other calves so far, but not nearly as dark as the new guy. What's up, Curly Sue? You wanna say hi? Buttercup, I know you want to say hello. Buttercup is the friendliest and boldest of all of my heifer calves. I actually think she's probably my favorite of all the calves born this year. It's either her or Curly Sue. And I will probably ultimately actually have to sell one or two of my heifers or trade them, but I think the two that I'd be least likely to sell or trade are these two gals right here. But don't be offended, Cindy Lauper, I like you too. Gosh, there's just so much energy in life here with all these calves, it's great. Of course, despite it all, Ariel, you still remain my favorite. And you're gonna let me pet you? Yeah? Aw, you are such a good girl. You're pretty much all shedded down to your summer coat, and you're looking beautiful, girl. I don't know, I think she might also be my oldest cow, just based on her size, particularly the size of her horns. Hi, baby B, don't get jealous just because I'm petting Ariel. You're my favorite heifer, so if you get pregnant though, you'll be giving Ariel a run for her money in terms of favorite cow. I actually think there's a decent chance I might try to milk again, and if I do, the cow that I would try to do it with would be Baby B, just because I've got her so well trained with me to work with me. All right, enough with the jibber jabber. I can tell that the cattle are getting very, very hungry. All right, before I have a bovine riot, let's lay down some fencing so we can get the girls over here. You know, this is the time of year when I find that I actually need to keep multiple pairs of pants. Like when I get inside, I'm gonna have to hang up these jeans so that they dry. The grass is so tall and it's so wet. It actually makes farm chores a wee bit messy. And so, yeah, I'm constantly changing my clothes and doing laundry this time of year. Hey, cows, come on, cows, fresh grass, come on. Who's ready for some fresh grass? Let's go. Move it, move it, move it. Come on, cattle. Andale, andale. Riba, riba, hey! So now we have the main herd chores done, but let's go check in with the proud papa. What's going on there, Macho Man? I was just telling everybody about your newest addition. Yeah, he actually is gonna probably look just like you. I mean, the reality is he probably won't look exactly just like him because very soon I will put a band on the little guy and he's gonna lose his junk. And so his horns will actually be different than Macho Man's horns. In fact, if I was gonna be really specific, I would actually say that the new calf is probably gonna end up looking a lot like Joey Ramone. So I don't know, Joey, what should we name him? Some folks on Twitch were already suggesting that we call him either Dee Ramone or Johnny Ramone, but I don't know. I'd be curious to hear what you guys think.
Also, just for the record, this calf was born on the exact same day that Sly Stone passed away.
So leave your best suggestions down in the comments, and I don't know, I might end up actually putting up a poll of some sort. So there is one thing that my bull and my steer have unearthed. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on over here. It's like some sort of stone structure of sorts. And I don't exactly know what it is, but like, it feels too intentional the way these stones are stacked like this to be anything other than some sort of structure. Like this space where I'm standing right now would have probably never had a stone wall because all the stone walls are pretty much aligned by the borders where you see the trees. This spot too, like it doesn't extend out this way or it doesn't extend out that way or that way. It's just very specific to cluster to right here. And then as I look at like some of these stones, like these are clearly obviously cut. And so I don't know what this came from, but I am half tempted to bust out my cheapo metal detector and see if I can't find anything, because there just might be something very interesting buried around this area. You know, people have been farming this land in this specific spot in almost a similar fashion to me for at least 150 years, probably even longer than that. And so I don't know, I'm very curious to see what's back there. And so I guess another question for you guys, if you want to see me bust out the metal detector, let me know down in the comments. Or if you have any theories as to what that could be, I'd be very curious to know. Hey, Macho Man, how's it going, bub? Oh, congratulations on the new one. You should be a very proud papa. You've done a great job this year. You've given me 7 healthy calves. It's number 13 on your record. Yeah, the sky's the limit for you, buddy. I love you. And while I'd love to hang out here with Macho Man all day, we actually have more animal babies I gotta show you guys. What's going on, everybody? How's it going, Abby dog?
Hi. Hi. Oh, I gotta get you another brushing. Look, it's coming off you like it's Kleenex in a box, girl. Abby hates it when I pull off her fur, even though it's like completely coming off of her right now. Hey. Okay, let me get some of these strenness off you here, huh? Okay, there you go. Good girl. Let loose the goose. Hello, my little monsters. How's everybody doing this morning, huh? I got some fresh picked burdock for you. Some of the biggest and oldest ones, probably by next week, will be outside full time. But yeah, they are doing wonderful. But they're also not the only goslings we've got going here on the farm, as you guys are probably well aware. In fact, continuing the trend of the last few days of having moms deliver their own babies, I actually have this one goose right here. And she's produced a single gosling. Hi, Mama Goose, you did a good job. I wish more of your eggs had hatched, but unfortunately it's just this one. I'm pretty sure that's the dad, because he's always out here guarding. But yeah, I basically come here every morning, I give them fresh food, I change their water, but you can see she's doing really good. Then as far as other mom activity goes, if I look inside the old duck house coop dog house, you can see mother hen with her little ones running around. They got plenty of water. Let me just clean it out. These are actually my favorite waterers these days because they have the adjustable legs and they're really easy to clean out. And then I also have underneath here, and we're gonna take this camera, we're gonna boldly journey in there, see what's going on. And we've got, actually, her name is now Baker because she produced the Baker's dozens worth of goslings and they're all there hanging out. They've been going down to the pond every day and swimming, and it's really just joyful to see, and I've been very happy to see her momming skills, and she's doing just such a good job, and everything's working out pretty great. And she's even getting along with her next door neighbors, the goats. And so all of these babies are doing really well. But then on top of it, actually the other day, like I guess it was 2 days ago, I noticed that there was another mama duck who had naturally hatched out 2 ducklings. And she seemed like she was doing okay, but I couldn't get her to stay inside the nature preserve, and that had me concerned about the safety of her ducklings, but I decided to chance it just a little bit. But unfortunately, just yesterday, what I noticed is she was down to only 1 duckling. And this 1 duckling was really interesting looking, and since she refused to stay in protection and she already lost 1 duckling, I decided to actually take that duckling from her, and I brought it inside. Come on, little one. And by the way, this duckling looks really weird. In fact, I have a hunch that the father of this 1 duckling I just rescued is gonna either be Ralph the duck, he's my little tiny call duck, or I think it might be this wild mallard here. So his name is Leopold, that's his wife, Lisa Loeb. Yeah, Leopold and Lisa Loeb have been hanging out at the farm pretty much all spring, and they're pretty much just mixing with all of the other ducks at this point. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Leopold is the father of some of these ducklings too, but he and her have been hanging out here, and so I'm starting to wonder if some of the ducklings I have wild mallard genetics, which would be really, really interesting and weird. Wouldn't you agree with that, Abby Dabby Doo? Hey, you guys! Oh my gosh, I've got all of them on top of the hot plate. That's why I've actually been leaving this on top of it. Oh boy, you guys are chaos this morning. What's going on? So you know that little duckling I was telling you about? That's the yellow one right here. Let me show you. See, look at this little duckling. Isn't it interesting looking? I've never seen this kind of eye coloring. I don't know, it's like fatter than a normal duckling. So right here, I believe we have, this is Sprout, and this is the other one. They are about 24 hours apart in age, but just look at their differences. They just look very different in terms of how ducks look. And so that's why I'm starting to develop a theory that this one has a very different daddy than this one does, even though this one's also very interesting looking. I don't know, we're having some very unique ducklings born this year, and I'm very excited about it. All right, I'm gonna put you guys back. I'll be back to clean up your brooder in a second. We also have an incubator loaded with baby birds, and so I'm gonna take them out, as well as I think I gotta do an assisted hatch for at least one of them, maybe 2 of them. But before I can do any of that, unfortunately, Dusty, who's been like a mama goose to pretty much all the little ducklings that we've had here so far. Dusty is, I don't know, almost 8 days old, 9 days old now, I think. And I think they're ready to go outside with all the big birds. Dusty's other 3 companions, so Hooper, Niblet, and Fenwick, are already outside. So let's take Dusty outside and we'll join the big group, and then we'll come back here and check on the little ones. And hopefully these little ones won't lose their blessed minds. Come on, little Dusty. Oh, did you see that? Dusty just pooped right on my finger and on the camera. Ugh. Dusty, that was kind of nasty.
So this is your new home. As you can see, the setup is somewhat similar, just on a bigger scale, right? So you've got the hot plate, you've got water, you've got food. If we give you a minute, I bet you're gonna see all the other goslings. Those first 5 minutes of a gosling being introduced to a new flock are always tough, but probably when we go back out there in a few minutes, you'll see that it's completely normal now. And then we got you three who are cowering in the corner because you missed your Dusty now. I know. Well, don't worry. You're going to have some new friends in just a minute. And you're going to be the big kids at school. First, we're going to add the good folks from Twitch. Okay, into you go. And this little one who I still don't think we've quite named yet, but they need a name. Boop. Gonna go in here. Now we're gonna say, welcome to the world, little ones. Hi. So we got these 4 goslings. Take them, put them in here too. So hey, look, you've got replacement Dusties. Isn't that fun? And let's now get the ducklings. Okay, we'll take you 3 first. You. And you. And there's one more gosling that's hatched, but I'm gonna leave them in there for now. They just look like they need a little bit more time. Here you guys go. Wow, look at this collection we got. I'm very pleased with this. This guy's been trying for more than a day. It hasn't made much progress, and I'm starting to worry about them. So we're gonna give them a little helping hand. You can actually see that they've already broken a little hole here for the air, which is good, because that's like step 1. They need that above all else. Now what I'm gonna do, just very carefully help crack open the shell. I'm not going to break them out entirely, but the goal is to just assist a little bit. Hang on, almost out. Now, I'm going to use some wet paper towels, and I've got some warm water. You don't want to use cold water because you can drop its body temp so quickly that it can kill it. But if you use nice hot water out of the tap, I mean not boiling hot, but pretty gosh darn warm, like 100 degrees is the ideal. And then the other thing is that once you crack the shell, is to help get the membrane ripped so that they can break themselves out. If you're not careful, the membrane can rip too much and it can cut them and they can bleed. You can also at the same time shrink wrap them into the egg if you're not careful too. So this is a delicate operation. Removing some of the hard shell chunks so you'll be able to get yourself out when you're ready. It's actually important to make sure that they do it when they're detached, not when you want to get them out, because that is how you can kill them. I think we've helped this one enough. We're gonna put them in here. And so we have the 2 little buddies inside the incubator who are gonna need some more time. So the one that I just assisted, we're gonna watch them emerge. Oh, the folks on Twitch are gonna see it first. And now I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually very curious to see our little ducklings here. So yeah, in terms of the ducklings that we have here, we've got a pretty interesting bunch of birds. So this one looks pretty much just like a purebred, traditional, maybe slightly lighter than normal, but it looks like a khaki Campbell more or less. I don't know, I think these guys have some runner duck genetics, maybe? This one, I don't know, this one is an odd duckling. This one right here, this is probably the most likely one to either be Ralph's or a wild duck. Now we're gonna have trouble keeping track of who's who, but we've got Brussels sprout, and the wild duckling, and that's the wild duckling in the back. And then all these new guys, including 1, 2, 3 goslings, right? There's nobody else who came. Oh, 4 goslings, that's what I thought. We had 4 goslings here, plus there's one more that I'm just giving it probably another few hours in the incubator just to dry off and get a little bit more strength to them. And hopefully that assisted hatch also makes it. This might be my best ratio of hatching. I forget exactly how many goose eggs I had in there. I think it was 10 or 11 maybe. So if that's the case, I finally got my hatching rate up over 50% this go around. Last hatch of the year did it, but I finally got it. And then as far as these guys go, I don't know, the ducklings are so easy to hatch. In fact, I'm just looking at it. It looks like of all the duck eggs I picked out, I think there were like 6 or 7 duck eggs, only 2 didn't hatch. It just goes to show you how much more that can be. And let's see, come on, little guy, can you get your way out of here? All right, you guys, let's go do the bird chores. Come on, I know, we're late on the bird chores because we had so much other things to do today. Come on. So I think tonight is the night. Whoa, what just got Abby's attention? Did you see that? What's the matter, Abs? You just went into Cujo mode. Something over there? Both dogs are very upset with whatever's going on back there. Abby never does this like that aggressively, so something's close. I don't know. It could be a deer, it could be a coyote, it could be all sorts of different things. How are you doing, Bubba? Good to see you. Hi. Hi. Love me some Toba dog. I sure do. Doesn't mean I don't love me some Abby dog too. And she's actually doing some good work right here. Anyway, I was saying, this is probably the last night in this coop. Actually, I don't either I'm gonna do it tonight or tomorrow morning, but I'm gonna be moving this coop out of here with all the chickens inside of it. I've already removed the winter back wall. As you can see, the greenhouse is pretty much open, and we're ready to migrate birds out of this space so that we can put giant pumpkins into this space. So I think that's like tonight, tomorrow activities. I am very excited for the giant pumpkins, by the way. Come on, guys. How's it going, Blind Bean? Ma'am, please get away from there. There's this one goose who keeps trying to lay a nest down here, but this will be gone by tomorrow. And would you guys look at that? We already have a bunch of chicken eggs in here, as well as a chicken about to lay some more. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll give you your privacy. I'm very pleased with how this nesting box design is working out for us. It's actually doing really well as far as roll-away nesting boxes go. If you guys will look, you'll notice Dusty is hanging out with the rest of the flock now. Totally a part of the team. Good job, Dusty. See Dusty right by the door? That little yellow one, or yellow gray one? That's Dusty, and Dusty is settling in pretty good. Oh, just stay out of the way there, Dusty. You'll do fine. So I was just in here changing food and water for these guys and just noticed her get off her nest. And yeah, would you look at that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more ducklings. So yeah, we're getting flush right now with birds. I know, Mama Goose. I'm not trying to hurt your little duckling. I was just giving you guys more food and water. Take it easy. Okay, go Twas. Now it's your turn to come out. Now that all the other animals have been fed, you guys get to come out and do your thing and help with the groundskeeping. Even though they're not doing much for this thistle, I'm gonna have to just come in here and weed whack it. Come on, boys. How's my Barney? Come here, Barney. Come here. Hi, buddy. Oh. Yeah, I love you. And how's the Telemachus? Yeah. Hi, Larnicus. Hi. At some point, I'm going to make a video where we just like put a camera on the goats and watch them do their thing all day, because it's pretty enjoyable. They sometimes get into a little bit of mischief. They sometimes mix it up with the dogs. They sometimes get attacked by geese. But all in all, they're pretty peaceful and pretty chill. And I'm really enjoying these goats. Oh, look, you can see Baker with all of her dozen. Plus you've got Leopold and Lisa Loeb out there doing their thing. And so yeah, this is kind of the magic of farm life. Nothing gets better than this. Thanks for watching, everybody.